The day my family invited me, it wasn't to celebrate me. It was to laugh at me. I knew it. Deep down, I knew exactly why they wanted me there. But I still went. Why? Because sometimes you need to face the people who broke you, just to see how far you've come. The message came from my cousin. "Hey, we're having a family dinner this weekend. You should come." Simple, friendly, normal. But nothing in my family was ever normal. Because in my family, I wasn't the successful one. I wasn't the smart one. I wasn't the favorite. I was the joke. The one they talked about behind my back. The one they compared. The one they laughed at. And I knew this dinner wasn't different. It was another stage. And I was the entertainment. Flashback. A few years ago, that same table, those same people. "What are you even doing with your life?" My uncle's voice still echoes in my head. "Still trying to figure things out?" my brother added with a smirk. Laughter. Always laughter. Like my struggles were funny. Like my pain was a joke. "At this rate, you'll be nothing," my father said coldly. That one stayed with me. Not because it hurt, but because it changed me. That was the moment I stopped explaining myself, stopped defending myself, stopped caring what they thought. Because no matter what I said, they had already decided who I was. A failure. But what they didn't know was that I was building something, quietly. While they were busy judging me, I was working, failing, learning, restarting, again and again. No applause, no support, no one believing in me. Just me, and the voice in my head saying, "Prove them wrong." Years passed, and slowly, everything started changing. Small wins at first, then bigger ones. Then, everything. Money started coming in, not just a little, a lot. But I stayed quiet, because this wasn't about showing off. It was about becoming someone they couldn't ignore. And now, that dinner invitation? It felt different. Not because of them, but because of me. For the first time, I wasn't going there to be judged. I was going there with power. The night of the dinner, I stood in front of the mirror, wearing a suit I never imagined I'd afford, looking at someone I didn't recognize. Not the weak version of me, not the one they laughed at. This version didn't need approval, didn't need validation, didn't need them. I grabbed my keys, stepped outside, and got into my car. A car my father once said I'd never be able to afford. Funny. Very funny. As I drove toward the house, memories started flooding back. Every insult, every laugh, every moment they made me feel small. But this time, it didn't hurt. It motivated me. I pulled up outside the house, same lights, same people inside. But this time, everything was about to change. I stepped out of the car, took a deep breath, and walked toward the door, slowly, calmly, confidently. I knocked, and as the door opened, I saw their faces again. The same people who once saw me as nothing. But tonight, they were about to see something else, something they never expected. And what happened next changed everything. The door opened, and my cousin stood there. At first, he smiled. But then, his expression changed. confusion, then shock. "Wait, is that you?" I smiled slightly. "Yeah, it's me." He stepped aside slowly, like he wasn't sure what to say, and I walked in. The room went quiet. One by one, everyone turned to look at me. And I could see it, that exact moment, when they realized I wasn't the same person anymore. My father stood up. "You came." His voice wasn't confident anymore. It was careful. I nodded. "You invited me." Silence. My brother looked me up and down, trying to figure me out, trying to understand what changed. "Nice suit," he said. But it wasn't a compliment. It was confusion. I sat down at the table, the same table where they once laughed at me. And for a moment, no one spoke, because no one knew what to say. Finally, my uncle broke the silence. "So, what are you doing these days?" The same question, but this time, everything was different. I leaned back slightly, calm, relaxed, in control. "I run a business." My brother smirked. "What kind of business?" I looked straight at him. "The kind that made me richer than all of you." Silence. Heavy. Uncomfortable. No laughter this time. No jokes. Just shock. My father frowned. "That's not funny." I reached into my pocket, pulled out my phone, and placed it on the table, screen facing them. Numbers. Big numbers. Real numbers. And just like that, everything changed. My brother leaned forward, eyes wide. This is real?" I didn't answer. I didn't need to. My success spoke for itself. My mom sat down slowly, her eyes filled with tears. "We didn't know." "Of course you didn't. You never asked." My father looked at me again, but this time, not with disappointment, with regret. "You should have told us." I smiled, cold. "Why?" Silence. "So you could laugh again?" That hit hard. No one moved, no one spoke, because they remembered. They remembered everything. And now, they felt it. My brother looked down, ashamed. My uncle stayed quiet. And my mom? She broke. "We were wrong." There it was. The apology, the regret, the realization. But it didn't matter anymore. Because some respect comes too late. I stood up slowly, looked around the table, at the same people who once made me feel worthless. "You invited me to laugh at me." Silence. "But the only thing funny now," I paused, "is how wrong you were." No one reacted, because they couldn't. They had no power left. I turned around and walked toward the door. But before leaving, I stopped, just for a second. Without turning back, I said, "You lost your chance when I needed you." Pause. "Now you just get to watch." And I walked out, not angry, not hurt, just done. Because the truth is, success doesn't change people. It reveals them. And that night, it revealed everything. They didn't just lose respect. They lost me. And this time, I wasn't coming back. Because karma it never forgets.